Every year when autumn arrives, we talk about slowing down, but very few of us actually slow down. We sense the shorter days, the colder air, the fatigue, and yet I feel like the majority of us fight it. We drink more coffee, stretch out our to-do lists, and we call it motivation, when what our body really wants is recalibration. And slowing down isn't a mindset issue. It's a biological process, one that is written in our cells. So today we're going to be talking about why rest feels different in autumn, what's happening inside your body, and how to work with this rhythm, not against it. We're going to start with the biology of the autumn slowdown. The human body is seasonal. Every one of your 37 trillion cells carries an internal rhythm guided by light. We know that when autumn comes, daylight starts to shorten. And what happens here is that a small region in our brain called the suprachiasmatic nucleus adjusts your entire circadian rhythm. And this circadian rhythm is the clock that controls when you release cortisol, how you digest, and even how your immune system responds. So, what does this mean? This means that with less daylight, we have a delayed cortisol peak, which equals 2 slower mornings. It also means that more melatonin equals earlier sleepiness. And it also means that less serotonin equals lower mood and motivation. And apart from this, there's another layer. And we really don't talk about it enough, which is that when autumn arrives, our autonomic nervous system shifts too. In colder, darker months, our body naturally leans into our parasympathetic system, which is our rest, digest, and repair state. So what this means, is our body failing? No, it's an internal conversation happening for our body to be able to adjust to the new season that we're currently living on. Now, let's talk about the science of rest. Normally, when we talk about rest, we tend to think about sleep. But if we think of it in a biological sense, rest is very multi-layered. Rest is your nervous system's way of maintaining energy balance. We have our metabolic rest. During autumn, our metabolism slows. And this is a process influenced by our thyroid hormones and brown adipose tissue activation. And when this happens, this is why we tend to crave heavier foods. Our body is literally trying to generate warmth and help maintain thermoregulation. Then we have neural rest. The thing is, our brain also uses this season to reorganize itself. When we are in a slower and less social period, our brain increases the activity in the default mode network. And this is the part of our brain that is involved in memory, reflection, and emotional processing. This means that sometimes if you're feeling like you want to be alone or you feel like journaling, it's not that you are antisocial. It's literally your brain asking for a little repair. It's neurobiological repair. Then we have sensory rest. We know that our vagus nerve is our body's main communication line between our brain and our organs. This vagus nerve that we have thrives in environments of low stimulation. So for example, soft light, gentle sounds, slower breaths. That's why maybe in your night routine when you dim lights, set the humidifier, lit a candle, you feel calmer. This is because you're sending signals of safety to your nervous system. Now that we have gone through the biology of autumn slowdown and the science behind rest, I want to talk a little bit of why the majority of us resist to slow down. It's no secret that we live in a culture that glorifies acceleration. We have normalized high levels of cortisol and we have called it productivity. So when our own biology, when our body asks to slow down, we tend to feel guilty as if we cannot do it because it means we're being lazy, we're not working enough, we're not being efficient, we're not being productive, or we're just not showing up as it is expected from us. And when this happens, a lot of us end up in burnout, hormonal imbalance, and immune suppression. Because what we're doing is creating a chronic resistance to rest. What this means is that we're ignoring our circadian and parasympathetic cues. So maybe this can help you understand that slow down is not about doing things slowly. It's just about adjusting your body to a season so that you can actually work better and do your life better. We should see it as a biological boundary. So now, how can we work with our seasonal biology instead of having it as our enemy? So the first thing that we should do, and I know for some of us it is very, very hard because this obviously will depend on where we live, but the best thing that we could do in order to help with this adjustment is to have light first thing in the morning. You don't have to be doing anything crazy, just sitting down for a little bit in front of natural light will help immensely. No sunglasses, no phone. We're just trying to anchor our circadian rhythm. Also, my advice here, but this is an advice that actually I would try to do in every single season, is no alarm, or at least no shocking alarm sound first thing in the morning. I would try to wake up either with light, of course, if it's possible, because again, this will depend on where we live and the time that we want to wake up. But if this is not possible, then your alarm sound should be something that calms you down, not puts your body into shock. And this can be a topic for another video, but it is more important than you think. The second thing that we can do is to shift our work rhythm. And this is not about working less, it's just about doing things differently. For example, something that you can do is schedule your deep focus work during the first half of the day, because this is when your cortisol is going to be higher. And then maybe your creative or reflective work can be done in the other half, when your serotonin starts to drop. Another thing that we can do is practice somatic transitions between tasks. So what this means is that each time you're going to change an activity, it can be from one type of work to another type of work, or from work to rest, from rest to work again, or from work to eat, then from eating back to work again. Give yourself just 30 seconds of sensory awareness. What does this mean? Stay still for a second, focus on your breathing, close your eyes. Touch your body, feel proud of what you're doing. You can stretch, do any movement that feels nice, or just be there focusing on your breathing, making sure it comes back to your rhythm. This is going to help you reset your nervous system, and you're going to prevent carrying the stress from one task onto the next one. Another thing that we can do in autumn to work with our biology and not against it is to eat warm foods. I think it's logic that when we feel cold, we all eat warmer foods. But there's a reason for this. When we have warm foods, like for example a soup, this is going to activate thermogenesis, and it is going to help stabilize our blood sugar levels. And all of this is going to help keep our cortisol levels balanced, which is why it helps. And finally, another thing that we can do is to rest when the evening hits. So try avoid working late in the night. I know for some of us it can be hard because we just need to do it at some points, but let's try not to make this the norm. So when the lights start to fade off, let's just try to enter in our safe environment. Dim lights, candles if you like them, non-toxic if it's possible, please. Put on calm music, read a book, avoid blue screens, especially if you're very close to getting into bed. And the reason for this is because your melatonin production begins 2 hours before bed. And we don't want to interrupt that by working too late, in front of our screens and an artificial light. I know this can be hard because a lot of us have a lot of work and a lot of things to do, and even me, that I'm trying my very best to live a healthy lifestyle, I have nights that it's impossible for me to rest and I have to keep on working, and I totally understand that. Sometimes it's beyond our control, but I think it's really important at some moments to stop and think about our current routines and lifestyle and really think about our health. And I like looking a lot at how the trees behave during autumn, because they're shedding their leaves, but we don't see it as if they're dying. We know that they do this every year. They shed the leaves, but they're still alive, and they're going to come more beautiful next time. So when our body is trying to slow down, it's exactly the same. We're not failing. We're not being lazy. It's just our body trying to adjust to a new season to actually make us be better at our routines, at our fitness exercises, at our work. So we should see this as autumn inviting us to think, not as asking us to stop. Because as I mentioned, slowing down is not doing things slow. It is not the opposite of efficiency, or it's not the opposite of growth. It's the preparation for it. Your body is incredibly smart, and your biology remembers what balance feels like. And all we have to do is listen to the cues our body sends. So yeah, that's it for today's video. I really hope you resonated with it. I really hope that it brought you value and helped a little bit for this autumn slowdown. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
That sound nice. To think better, feel better, love better, sleep